I went to art school in the late 70s. We had this great teacher at school who had said, actually, if you're interested in art, don't do fine art at university, go to art school where you can actually practice art. So I went to Wimbledon Foundation School and then went on to Kingston, where I started doing painting but then moved to sculpture. But then when I finished art school, I went and did an 8-week secretarial course, and then I went to get a job, and I got a job, very prestigious job, as a secretary to the editor of the Telegraph magazine. But instead of where I should have probably been was in the picture department, I wasn't. I was with the editor, and I was bored. So I soon realised that I couldn't possibly spend my life like this. So then I went on from there to be a teacher. I didn't teach art, I taught French and other subjects to 8 to 12-year-olds. And then we went to live in Italy for a year, and then I came back, couldn't get a job as a teacher, ended up falling back on the secretarial course and got a job at TV Times, and then from there got a job as a researcher at TV Times, and I spent a couple of years there before I had my children. And then I got involved with church, and I had a calling to the priesthood. I became a vicar probably about 11 years ago. When I first went to art school, it was very free, actually. Nobody was telling you what to do. You didn't do projects. I don't think we even talked about making money as an artist. I don't think it was even on the cards. Our group, our year, were encouraged to they said, oh, you must keep going, you must have exhibitions and things together. But there was no talk or encouragement about, I didn't even know what the art world was, really. I didn't have any sense of being a part of something bigger. A lot of my time was spent thinking and pondering and wondering and trying to express what I couldn't express and articulate in words through art. And that's, I think, really what art has been for me, is been something that I do to express something that I can't express otherwise. The most valuable things that I think I learnt are being able to be self-motivated, to trust my intuition and trust what I think and what I believe in, and to trust processes actually as well, to trust how work develops, how people develop, how you get to a result of one way or another. And I suppose if you're a creative thinker and you're not necessarily a logical thinker, then you don't go in a straight line. Your thought process isn't in a straight line. It comes from all over the place. So you sort of don't know until the end where you're getting to. And I trust that now. And I use that a lot. And I think that art is very close to God, as science is close to God. Lots of people don't realise, but there is this real connection, because a lot of artists work, they're very conscious of justice, they're very conscious of people who haven't a voice, the marginalised. In a way, the very nature of their work is expressing something that hasn't been expressed, that needs to be heard, seen, that needs to find a space. And so I think it's quite similar in a way. I recently went back to do an MA because I'd had a period of burnout from my job, so taken time out. And I was exploring in my time out the idea of the sacred feminine, because there isn't much of femininity, or the feminine, the sacred feminine, or creativity in church. And in fact, I realised that that's what I was interested in way back, was about being a woman. And I think I've been kind of searching around that area for all these years. But I realised that I couldn't do it any other way than through art. And I chose Wimbledon School of Art because on their MA, writing is quite a big part of it, as well as the making of the work. So I thought, well, that really suits me. And I'm glad I did. And through that, I was able to, through the art education, I was able to explore like French philosophers and people like that I wouldn't have done if I'd done a theological course. So it was broader. It was obviously much broader because it was art. And then I ended up working with women's voices and recording women's voices. I recorded and spoke to mothers about their children, women about their mothers dying, love, the concept of love, and all through the woman's voice, and sort of trying to find that sacredness of the feminine through women's lives. And that whole listening process that I was going through in making the work, and the whole listening and then the thinking and then the working out and then the editing, that idea of cutting away in order to get to the essence for me, which was the heart of the matter. In a way, that's what I do in my work as a priest. Do I think of myself as an artist? Oh, it's such a difficult question, because now I don't think I've ever really seen myself as an artist. But I don't know if that's because even when I'd had exhibitions, I did have some exhibitions and things after I left college, but I never counted them. I don't know what I think probably what I thought an artist was somebody like, well, I don't know, say nowadays Tracy Emin, but like she's probably one of the most successful women at the moment. But I never got to hear when I was at college and when I was younger about normal people being artists. I think I thought you had to be well known to be an artist. So I never thought of myself as an artist. And then when I was doing my MA, clearly they used to refer to us as artists and your art practice. And I never felt like I was an artist. And I don't think I do feel as if I'm an artist. I think clearly I am, but I don't feel as if I am. But I don't quite know why.